Hello little bald broccolis on the other side of the screen that decided to click on this video today. Welcome back to my channel for some new K-pop criticism content from this pessimistic bitch. As you already know from the video title or thumbnail, we're going to run through and discuss about the 7 things I don't like about K-pop. First of all though, the disclaimer. I don't mean to offend anyone with my content in whatsoever way. If you don't agree with my opinion, I understand that, but bashing on me in the comments section just because we have different perspectives is a big no-no. Any such hate to idols/artists mentioned in the video will be reported or deleted right away. This platform won't tolerate toxicity, and it's your choice to gladly click off the video if you have any problem with that. Okay, now let's get this started. 1. Becoming trainees from a young age. Now, this is something that is talked a lot about both in and outside the industry, and even many K-tubers have talked about this ish. But I just wanna add my points to it too. People nowadays run after youthfulness. If anyone's young, they are automatically better and more beautiful. Companies have seen this thing in fans too. They target such demographic that supports trainees if they are young, cause it's either cute to the audience to see such minors' visuals or they relate to them. This is where the problem starts. First things first, being a trainee is not easy at all. They go through intensive training and practice methods to achieve their dreams, and in between all of that their own health is lost. Some of them have suffered so much that it caused trauma. Imagine a 14-year-old stuck in this hell of a cycle. They barely know the world, yet they are sent into companies to get ready for their career. It's kind of snatching away their childhood, right? Secondly, constantly having eyes all around you, scrutinizing your body, and restricting you from a normal life that every other child around you enjoys can have a negative impact on your brain. It's supposed to be just training and training and training without any breaks. These kids also have to skip school most of their semester to go by their schedule. Like Cherryon from ITZY who graduated with only 5 days of attendance, or like Jungkook from BTS who couldn't even study for his tests and exams, or maybe Jennie from Blackpink who was part of this cruel industry since she was 14. It's true that their efforts have been paid off and they are fortunately living a good life now. But what about those who aren't? Those trainees who failed to debut, but missed their high school because of it? They probably have no future left for either any generic career like engineers or like idols. Think about them. In my opinion, even if these trainees are here with consent, there should be some kind of restriction on age by the government. Like no teen will go into training of being an idol or a company unless they have finished their school, and that is 17 to 18 years of age. I got in at 20 years old. But I think that kids these days do start too young, BTS Jin remarked. 2. Fans overreacting to an idol's mistreatment. I know what you are thinking. When your idols or bias get mistreated by other members or the company, you have to the full right to speak up about it and complain to the company. So what is she talking about? The thing is, I agree with your point. When our idols are suffering, we as fans have the responsibility to support them and speak against any wrong actions taken towards them. But some of y'all go too far. Imagine if you don't get a proper role at a school project and you're pretty bummed about it. Once you reach home, you share it with your mom and she flares up in rage. The next day, when you think everything is going fairly well, suddenly your mom barges in your classroom, creating a havoc and starts fighting with your teacher about the project. How would you feel? Embarrassed? Anywho, embarrassment is always a thing someone can feel in these situations. Now look at idols in your position and fans at your mom's position. Sure, it's true that they care, so it comes from a good intentions, but damn, do y'all make idols uncomfortable with that? Idols are legit adults who can handle situation like line distribution and solve a conflict. But when random strangers step into the business and object everything about the topic, they just worsen the situation. For example, this is what happened with Jin with his line distribution controversy. People started thinking that no one was treating him right and giving him proper lines in songs, so quote-unquote fans and stans paraded and marched in cities with trucks branded of his photos, and it honestly became just an overall mess. Think how ridiculous that situation would have been for him, especially considering that these people were strangers and not his family. I get that we should talk about situations like this, but y'all need to chill. The man wasn't abducted. I'm pretty sure they could have sorted out. It's not like the parade did anything positive to him. Shaking my head. 3. Obsessive and toxic fans. Delusional fans are nothing new to the music or entertainment industry in general. When there is a community of people who stan an attractive group or solo artist, there ought to be people who fantasize about them. However, the sezangs, or otherwise known as obsessive fans in the K-pop industry, are starting to grow in numbers, and it's worrisome, both for the idols' safety and their career. The K-pop community has always had a larger numbers of sezangs when compared to the other entertainment medias. One of the roots to this, the manufacturing and marketing of idols as boyfriend and girlfriend material in front of the media, which I'm going to talk about later on in other videos. But here, the point is fans. I swear to God, I have never seen something more upsetting than what all of the idols have to go through. Like calls from unknown numbers, or writing messages with period blood and whatnot. My only request to you is, please stop. Indulging yourself in someone's privacy is legit creepy as F. To add on to that, the poor idols don't even know you. How are they supposed to handle this shit? Harassing people in the name of quote-unquote showing your love and leaving a sweet memory with them is called traumatizing. Get help. Force exploitation and the media. Now, before any of the dumbasses here yaps in the comments section and on about how most idols give their consent to the shit they do, so it's their fault if there are consequences, listen to me carefully. I'll spell it out for you. It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't. Not. Yes, maybe most of these idols get into the industry willingly, but there's a 8% chance they actually agree to do this ish. Rest are either forced or manipulated to give quote-unquote consent. Not to forget, most of these are minors, and minors cannot give consent. How many of you need to be reminded of this on a daily basis, that according to South Korea's Criminal Act Article 305, the age of consent in South Korea is 20 years old. This is one of the oldest ages of consent in the world, although this recently changed in 2020. Previously, the age of consent in South Korea was 13, one of the lowest in the world. Now do you get what happened to groups like Stellar? And can we not do that anymore? Idols are not giving consent, hence the term is a combination of sex and exploitation. This includes all kind of stuffs from FAP cams, misconducts of how to treat idols, and short-ass clothes that no one wants to be alive, into literal harassment and assault. I want all of you to not sexualize these idols, whether it be male or female. They are humans too, and they can get uncomfortable. It's been 7 minutes and 41 seconds to the video, and LMAO, I think I'll stop here for this video and split it into 2 parts. How about that? It's too long just right now. I hope y'all understand. The video is divided into the Hyung line with 4 points, and then the next video with 3 more points for the Manny line. As for the outro, I just wanna thank all of you for the support on my last vid. It was truly amazing on how much growth my channel got from my last video. And it was only possible with your support. Y'all better stay healthy and hydrated until I meet you in my next video. Bye babes.